All right. Here we are again, another Wednesday. I am having allergies, so my eyes are like all poofed up right now. But It's that season. Allergies are back. But we are at another Wednesday, and we are going to be talking to our February Woman Wednesday. It's Candice. She's going to be joining us here shortly with Elemental. She's a cabinet designer here in Atlanta, and she helps interior designers. She helps builders, architects. So she's going to be joining us here shortly, and we're going to get to hear a little bit more about her business and what she does and how she helps people. So I'm just waiting for her to come on here. I hope everybody's doing good. I see Doug has joined us. Hi, Doug. How are you? It's been a minute. And Rachel, hi. Thanks for joining. And I see that Elemental is here. Oh, here she goes. Let's see. Go live. She should pop in here. Can you see me, Candice? There she is.
Here she be.
How's it going?
Going good. You're right. Allergies. My eyes you said that and my eyes just started watering. I'm like, seriously?
It's crazy because like I was inside, what was it, Monday, and I didn't go out at all, and I was fine. And then like every time I go outside, I start getting like the sniffles and my eyes start watering. And I'm like, it's just when I go outside. So I'm like, I know it's allergies. It doesn't happen when I'm sitting here. So at my desk. So we've got Rachel in here. Hi, Rachel. I just saw your note.
Hey, Rachel.
And we've got Candice here. She is our February Woman Wednesday.
Thank you.
And she's with Elemental. And Candice is not just a client. She's probably one of my best friends. And it's crazy because we met like 4 years ago, was it? At ADAC?
4 or 5 now. I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah, we were doing a ADAC it wasn't an ADAC headshot day. It was some other headshot day, and I was there, and I just remember you coming up in front of my camera, and I always try to make conversation to kind of make people feel a little more comfortable. And I was like, so where are you from? And you were like, Duluth. And I was like, Duluth? Like, because we were down in Atlanta. I was like, nobody's in Duluth. I thought I was the only one in Duluth. And then find out that you live like a mile from my house, which has been very convenient. And I love.
My husband works across the street.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like such a small world. But and we work together. We have work days together. Candice has a plethora of brains up inside that head of hers, and we've bounced ideas off of one another, and I just feel like you've helped me a lot in my business. And while we're here, I'd like to just say thank you for that. And I've enjoyed having you. And I've enjoyed having you along for this crazy ride. But we so tell the people a little bit about like what you do and like who your ideal client is and that sort of thing.
So there's 2 facets of the company. There's, as I coined, front of the house and back of the house, old restaurant person. Front of the house to give everybody an explanation in relation to restaurants. Front of the house is your hostess, your waiters, your waitresses. Back of the house is your chefs, your sous chefs, and everything else like that. So back of the house is I'm the creative person behind the scenes. You don't see me, but I do all of the work for other interior designers, other cabinet designers, architects, builders. It's pretty much whoever needs me to help them with their pricing, their ordering, their project management, measuring. It's just whatever is needed behind the scenes to help progress their projects along so that they have the opportunity to spend time in their front of the house, helping their clients with selections and everything else like that, and being present for their client and not being bogged down with all of the nuances of drawings and pricing and everything else like that to make the project happen, but don't really have the time to do. And then there's front of the house, in which I've started to take on, mainly working with interior designers and helping them and other small clients, basically doing their design, basically client remodels. I love making a pretty picture function. I love finding space that doesn't look like it exists, but make it exist. And just with 20 years of experience, I just know how to like budget engineer, value engineer, and also engineer something to be something that it doesn't look like it's even possible. So
right. So with that being said, I pulled Candice in and had her look at, I live in a very small house out here in Duluth. It used to be an old Army hospital, actually. And we have 1 bathroom. and there's not enough storage in it. So I brought Candice in and was like, what do you think I could do with this space? And then like a few days later, she had this drawing, and it like had all this amazing cabinetry work and like all this functionality to it. And like, I was so, oh my God, it was so awesome. And I was so excited, but then we found out we have foundation issues. So now we're, you know, dealing with that whole situation, but eventually we will get there. But I was very impressed with, like you said, what you could create out of like something I didn't think was there, you know, cause I was like, there's just not enough space in this bathroom. How in the world can you do this? And then you came up with this drawing and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. This is what I want, you know? So we'll get there eventually, but yeah, you are definitely very good at that. A lot of the things that I've seen you do in like kitchens and things, and the small details that you think about, like hiding cords and making sure that they have like proper places to put everything, and just very functional. And I've been very impressed with that because I've photographed a couple of your jobs as well.
Yes, you have, and they turned out beautifully.
Thank you.
I just submitted a bunch of pictures to Voyage Atlanta for a
yay!
piece, so we'll see.
Awesome,
All of them
awesome.
you have gotten credited for, so there you go.
Awesome. Yeah. So we so yeah, so she does that. And then so tell us, like, what are some of your current projects that you have going on, and what are you working on for people?
So I have one with Leah, Leah Meyer Perez, Leah May Design. We're working, it's a ladies' office that basically, and again, this is making space out of nothing, and being effective about the space. She has this office that she was trying to condense. She collects a lot of items that are precious to her. So she had that in a cabinet, and then she had a desk, which was strewed all over the place. And so she wanted to make it combine the two ideas into one huge built-in. So basically we made it where the bottom half is all a functional desk and storage for all of her files. She's old school. She keeps all of her paper. So plenty of places to put files. And then all of the cords are hidden behind a wall. So she literally taps it and the wall opens up for all of her cords to be hidden.
Oh,
and
that's
then the
awesome.
whole upper half is all of her displays. And then Leah's doing something really creative. She's actually adding wallpaper to the interiors of the cabinets that have glass on them to bounce off all of her collector's items that she has. So it's a combination thereof. So basically the only thing you will see, her printer is hidden and put away. It can work through, it's all connected wirelessly, so it can completely do the work through the cabinet. And then she also has her shredder, which if she wants to shred, she just opens the door, it pockets, and then she can pull the shredder out, do her shredding, shove it back in, close it away. No one sees anything.
That's so cool.
The only thing on her desk is what she wants to be on her desk. So basically we've got it down to her monitor and one little scanner box that she likes to have on her desk, and that's it.
Wow.
Everything is hidden away.
What a dream. Like, I'm not even going to show you my desk right now. Like what you see in this picture right now is pretty, but like there's stuff piled all up around me right now.
I understand that theory.
So that's awesome. I would love that. And just the functionality of it and being so like organized with everything. God, that's great. That's what I love about what you do, is because it's not just putting a cabinet in, it's thinking through the homeowner and what they need, you know, as far as what they do. And this office, is this the one that you were telling me about that you saved money because you worked around the vent?
Yep. So there's a vent, there's a register in the wall behind where it's at. And to prevent us from having to move it and call the HVAC guy to get it, I designed the lower half of the cabinet to actually be a chase for the vent. So the front of the cabinet actually has ventilation on the front of it. And I have an entire chase underneath the cabinet so that the air still has the ability to come out without there being an issue.
So they didn't have to reroute that. So that saves them money. That's awesome.
Exactly.
That's very cool. So you do this type of work for interior designers, builders, architects. What else? Am I leaving anybody out?
Builders, architects, other interior designers, other cabinet designers too. I have several cabinet designers that I do back of the house stuff work for. One project that I'm working on for one of my clients, it's a client's house of theirs. It's a massive undertaking. It's 3 stories tall, and just there's a room for the dog, there's a theater, there's a koi pond, there's all kinds of fantasticness in this house. And basically I'm helping them with all of the ordering, all of the processing, all of the drawings. I'm like, basically I call it from contract to completion. So basically they've got the contract with the client and I'm doing all of the back of the house until it's ready for installation.
Wow.
So it was a fantastic referral that I got from an old friend. Always keep your bridges, because you never know when someone needs to cross it to come ask for your help.
Right.
Yeah, and it was just a fantastic opportunity that I got, and I love it. And then I have another client who is who I've been working for several years, and just some of the stuff that they put out is just amazing. And it's just always fun to figure out the nuances to make sure that it's sold correctly and it's working to the best functionality that it can. So
that's awesome. And so you do a lot. I know you do. We've done a laundry room together that you did hideaway cabinets in, which was awesome.
yep.
You made use of that space. And then what we've done, you do kitchens.
Yep. We did the huge kitchen that has the hidden KitchenAid away, because she doesn't use her KitchenAid often enough. I actually eventually will get to do, she's actually on the live, when I get to do our friend's house, a friend of mine's house, she uses her KitchenAid constantly. So hers is going to be put to use a little bit differently, so that it doesn't necessarily have to live on the counter, but she has full use and access of it all the time.
Yeah.
So it also lays waste to how clients use their kitchens differently.
That's what
same product, same thing. Like everybody, like a lot of people have KitchenAid mixers, but some people use them like they're their right hand, and other people use them because they need it occasionally.
Yeah. Well, and that's what I love about what you do. It's so personalized. You're able to take it to the next level because that's all you focus on is those cabinets, you know, and how they're functional for the client. So I love that you're able to take that piece, especially with interior designers. They have so many other things, facets that they're having to work on, you know, when they're doing a house or a room or something. And it's just nice to know that you can handle that part for them and do it like 10 times better because that's what you specialize in. So
exactly.
I love that. And so we've done kitchens, we've done laundry rooms, we've done bathrooms.
We've done bathrooms, and I'm in the process of designing a closet, a master closet.
A closet.
It's very tiny lineal space, and then they had an extra door that was just supposed to be extra storage above their garage. So we're actually utilizing all of that space to be a secondary thing.
Oh, you're cutting out. You froze up. Okay, so if anybody's on, I can see there's some people on the live right now. Can you hear me at least? Because I can continue talking if you guys can hear me. So if anyone can hear me, just say something in the comments, and then that way I'll continue. Okay, so she dropped out. It looks like it's just me in here now. Give me just a second. Oh, view, go. Okay, here we go. Let me see. I just let her back in. Let's see, Candice, she should be. There we go.
There we go.
You froze up somehow. So
I have no idea what happened. I was talking all of a sudden, and then all of a sudden it was like the playback. I have no idea.
That's okay. So
anyway.
You did, you were talking about closets.
Closet, yes. So this particular client had access over her garage. So we actually utilized all of that space to become a secondary closet to them. And then the way we designed it, it's gonna, I almost like think it's, I really, really, really want her to order a glass door on the front of it that says boutique on it. Because by the time we go into it, so the island itself, the entire top of the island is glass. So you can fully go in and see all of her jewelry, all of her glasses and everything else like that. Wow. So she knows which one to pull. And then all the way around, there's like storage for all of her shoes. So if she's got displays where she wants to see the shoes, with displays for the shoes that, you know, we love, but not to give away. You know, we never want to give them away because they're, you know, our favorites, but we don't necessarily, they're not in the condition to be seen. And then she collects purses. So there's a whole display of purses and everything else like that, all behind glass doors so they don't get all dusty. So I can't wait for this thing to come to life, because it's just going to be, it will be literally like walking into like a high-end boutique.
And what area of town is that in?
Johns Creek.
Okay. And do you service Atlanta too, right? Or are you just in North?
Mostly it's been up north, but I can pretty much go wherever as long as the car will travel.
Right.
So,
Right.
because I mean, I do have two clients that are back of the house that are in Central and South Florida, and I do
Mhm.
visit them on a quarterly basis or as needed. Like the one project is the large project is down there, so I go down there as they need me to help with them. So
Gotcha. Gotcha.
car and or plane does travel.
That's awesome. So cool. So, and I think how long have you been doing this as elemental?
Uh, 20 years.
But as elemental, how long have you had elemental?
Elemental's been almost 7 years now.
Okay, cool. And you're originally from Florida, right?
Yep, born and
And
raised, born and raised in Florida.
you
Was
moved
there
up.
for almost 40 years, and then the children up and graduated on us, and we decided when my husband and I met, before we met, we each individually decided we wanted to move to Atlanta. And now that the kids were up and grown, we were like, yeah, might as well try it together and see what happens. And here we are.
Wow, that's
So,
awesome. Yeah, so, and I'm glad you moved here because I would never met you if you hadn't have moved here, probably.
I know.
But yeah, so that's cool. Well, I mean, like I said, I love your work. I love what you do. I am blown away sometimes when we're working together and you have all the drawings up and you're trying to like finalize measurements or what. And I'm just like, oh my God, like just looking at it gives me a headache. So like, I'm very impressed with what you do.
As I
But
was up till 2 a.m. trying to figure out a cabinet to make it be as functional as it possibly could be. So
right. So we did the branding. You went through the branding experience with me. Tell me a little bit about that and like what your thoughts are on it and the process and all that.
well, first of all, it's an amazing process. You have the ability to make, I mean, I know we're friends and all, but you still have the ability to make me feel like I'm, not, as I joke with you, like sometimes I write and I feel like I'm five. This time, when I'm in behind a camera, I just feel like I'm, the dork that either looks like they're highly stoned or highly drunk. Take your pick.
Oh my God.
Being in front of the camera has never been my thing. So anyway,
Well,
but you always make it feel like it's easy and it's just a smile, and you always catch me in my natural environment that I still look like my nerdy self, but I don't look completely dorkified. So there you go. It's a great mix.
well, I mean, no, but I mean, even me, I have to get in front of the camera like right now, and I'm just like, oh God,
Right?
we all can pick ourselves apart, and we're
Oh,
so,
absolutely.
we're so horrible about like picking ourselves apart. And I always tell people that when they're in front of my camera, I'm like, stop, like, you're beautiful. Stop picking yourself apart. Nobody's going to notice those little nuances that you see. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's all of us. I mean, we all pick out the things that just annoy us just because they
Yeah.
are. But you know
Yeah.
what?
But I know it's hard to get in front of a camera because I do it myself. I put myself into that position so that I do know what my clients feel like, and I try to make them as comfortable as possible when they are in front of the camera. And a lot of that has to do with planning and strategy beforehand, which I really try to do with my clients, is just have that way. That's one less thing you have to stress out about because you know what's coming. You know what we're going to shoot. You know what the shot list is. You know what you have everything you could possibly dream of because we've planned it out beforehand. So tell us what kind of shots were you? I remember you had some specific shots that you wanted for your shoot. Tell me a little bit about those.
A lot of them were just interaction with clients and just to kind of show like how the process goes from a visual perspective versus a verbal perspective. And a lot of it was just getting me and my assistant in our office together and just kind of how we work and just kind of the things that I have her do and the things she helps me with to make everything work wonderfully for our clients. On the, she's also a very integral part of the company to, make sure that all the things happen.
Yeah.
That's my girl. She knows it.
Yeah. Well, and that's
she was here. Like, she is here. I think she's here, or she was here. I don't know.
Like
anyway.
everything. Every client of mine is different. So some people come to me and be like, I really need a website banner or, with my picture in it, or I really need, a profile pic, or I need behind the scenes, or I want more stuff of me in my office, or, like everybody comes to me and says, this is what I want something different. And I just remember, yours was, you wanted to include your assistant and make sure to show that, she's a part of the business and that you wanted to show what it looked like behind the scenes. And we also captured that laundry room that day because you wanted to have a piece of your work also in the branding shoot. So we were able to incorporate that in. So that's what I love about the branding shoot, is that when people come to me, they just tell me their needs, and then we just kind of come up with a game plan. And so I think yours was really well executed, and we got some great shots that day. And I've seen that you've used some of them on your social media and website and things.
Yep.
Is there anywhere else that I don't know of that you've used the photos?
Well, as soon as the Voyage thing posts, you'll see a bunch of your photos on that. So
yeah.
There's on that. Let's see, the signature, all of our signatures for our emails are all your photos.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's see, where else have they been? Let's see, it's on LinkedIn. That photo, that was your original one. That was the original one of how we met, actually. That one.
Oh yeah,
that one's the oldest one. That one was with much shorter hair.
Yeah.
That point in life.
Well, the other thing, I mean, I was gonna say fun thing, but that's not the right. The convenient thing about like the Voyage piece and any other kind of people that reach out to you about editorial or any kind of publication or blog or whatever, it's nice to have that bank of images. So when someone comes to you, because also had, and I'm sorry, I don't know if you can hear my dogs over here, but they have decided that they're just going to wrestle right here during my live. Okay.
I'm actually impressed the cats aren't going at it, to be shocked. So like, I had a meeting the other day, and one of them got left downstairs, and the other one was trying to tell me that the other one was downstairs and was whining the entire time during the meeting.
Oh my God.
Like, and you can't hit mute when you're the one talking all the time. So yeah.
Right. Well, so but what I was gonna say, what was that? Oh my God, I've lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
The images are ready when you need them for like.
Oh yeah, so like randomly,
stuff.
like Shout Out Atlanta came to me, and I was like,
right.
Oh, I have these images, ta-da!
Exactly.
But then I have clients that have come to me, and they're like, they're doing a piece on me next week, and I need an image tomorrow, and it's like, it doesn't really. You're not going to get as much bang for your buck if you're in a rush. Like
exactly.
In anything you do, if you rush through it, it's not going to be quality, Whereas, that's a big part of with the branding shoots is I'm like, you have to plan in advance. And even like the branding, just the front end takes a couple weeks just to do
absolutely.
A strategy call and getting the props together and figuring out what we're going to shoot and like all that stuff, the clothing, like a lot goes into it. So it's nice when people reach out to you though, that want to do like a little spotlight on you or a piece on you, that you just have this bank of images from our branding shoot,
Yeah. Well, I was also thinking as I was filling out the stuff for Voyage the other day, I was like, oh, I need to like establish a media kit so I can just sit here and copy and paste. And,
yeah.
And your copywriter did a fantastic job of making me not sound like a 5-year-old with all my lovely verbiage, if anything else like that.
Yeah.
So
she's talking about, just in case you guys didn't catch it, when I do the Woman Wednesdays, we kick that off with a blog post that's on my website. So if you want to find out more about Candice, we definitely have more on her on our blog post for the February Woman Wednesday. So be sure to go check that out, and all that information's there, as well as the images from her shoot. So at the bottom, you can scroll through and see the images that we got for her shoot that we're talking about today. So I talked about where you use the images. We talked about the branding shoot. We talked about what you do. I'm trying to think if I've left out anything. Is there anything else that you want to add? And if there's anybody's watching and you have questions or want to ask Candice something or me something, feel free to just leave it in the comments and we'll definitely get back to you. Can you think of anything that I've forgotten to touch on?
Not off the top of my head, no. All I would say is if you have inquiries, front of the house or back of the house, website or Instagram, either is accessible. Hit me up and we'll see if we can make a great partnership.
Yeah, that's something that I didn't think to say is what's the best way to contact you? Email or what?
Email is awesome. There's a contact form on our website to be able to reach through that. That is a goal actually for this year. We're actually in the process of updating that to its next level. And then Instagram, DM me through there, or I have phone too, send a text.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, I appreciate you taking time to talk to us today. I'm hoping that by putting you out here to some people, I know I have some interior designers that follow me. I think it'll be great for them to hear about your services and what you offer. So hopefully this will help kind of connect you with some more people in the Atlanta area.
That would be awesome.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I will, this will also be replaying and we will also be putting it on our YouTube channel. So if for some reason they missed it today, then they can always watch it in the future. But I really appreciate you taking the time out and I wish you the best of luck with your business. And I'm just a mile down the street. So if you need
Exactly.
anything, let me know.
And at some point in the next several weeks, we're going to find lunch time for lunch.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Well, you take care. And it was good talking to you today.
All right. Talk to you later, girl.
All right.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Bye.